I really don't care what happens to her at all. I don't care. Like, everybody they tiptoe around with this social media. But what y'all don't get is that it be real consequence for y'all little flexes, y'all quick flexes for $300 that you need. It be consequences for that.
What was meant to be a peaceful and healing family dinner turned into absolute chaos no one could have predicted. It started out as a hopeful attempt to bring everyone together, to clear the air and move forward, but ended in a dramatic explosion that shook the entire household. Iman completely lost control in front of everyone, unleashing all his pent-up anger right at Aaron. It wasn't just a quiet argument or a misunderstanding. It was a public breakdown that left everyone at the table stunned, confused, and deeply hurt. Voices were raised, emotions ran wild, and people who came for unity left with heartbreak. Teyana, who had high hopes for this night, reportedly broke down in tears as she watched the two most important men in her life tear each other apart. Furniture was nearly overturned, utensils clattered to the floor, and the shouting was so loud neighbors said they could hear it from outside. And though no official cameras were rolling, somehow audio from the incident has already leaked online. Now, fans and the media are in a frenzy, trying to understand how a simple dinner turned into an emotional disaster. What triggered Iman to snap like that? Apparently just one comment, one disrespectful remark from Aaron about Tiana, that changed everything. The evening had been carefully planned by Tiana herself. She just wanted peace, nothing more. She was tired of the tension, tired of the whispers, and tired of walking on eggshells around the two men in her life. She thought that maybe, just maybe, if they all came together for one night, it could help reset the mood. She invited Iman, Aaron, her mother, and a few close family members to share a meal. It was meant to be a safe space. The music was soft, the lighting was warm, and everyone was greeted with hugs and hopeful smiles. But even from the beginning, people noticed Iman wasn't quite himself. He sat stiffly, barely touching his plate, while Aaron seemed overly relaxed, too. Relaxed, actually, cracking jokes and making small talk like nothing was wrong. Teyana, bless her heart, kept trying to ease the tension. She complimented the food, asked about work, and even raised a toast to new beginnings. For a brief moment, it looked like things might just work out. But then Aaron made one careless, offhand remark about Iman being replaceable. The entire room froze. Iman's face went pale, his eyes locked onto Aaron, and everyone could tell something terrible was about to happen. Without warning, Iman stood up and slammed his hand down on the table. The plates rattled, glasses clinked, and everyone jumped. He was shaking with anger, his voice booming as he shouted, "You don't get to talk about replacing me. You don't know what we had." You could hear the pain and fury in his voice. Aaron tried to stay calm, maybe thinking it was a misunderstanding, but Iman wasn't having it. He began yelling across the table, accusing Aaron of being disrespectful, of manipulating the entire situation, and of trying to erase his presence in Tiana's life. Aaron opened his mouth to respond, but Iman shut him down immediately. "You got some nerve showing up here like you belong?" he spat. Teyana stood up, hands raised, trying to calm Iman, but he was in full rage mode. Her mother reached for her purse visibly shaken and ready to leave. At one point, Iman's voice cracked, not from rage, but from heartbreak. Tears welled in his eyes as he shouted, "You don't know what it's like watching your family fall apart." The pain was raw and real. You could feel the devastation in every word. The room, once filled with hope, now radiated heartbreak and betrayal. And then, the breaking point. Teyana could no longer hold it in. Watching Iman scream, watching Aaron stay smug and silent, it was too much. She broke down. She burst into tears, yelling, "Enough! This is not what I wanted!" Her voice echoed through the house, her body shaking with emotion. She looked at both men, two people she once loved, and saw strangers. As Iman tried to continue ranting, Teyana placed herself between them, crying and begging them to stop. She was screaming, crying, trembling all at once. Her mother rushed over and wrapped her arms around her, trying to shield her from the chaos. "Why can't you both grow up and act like men?" she cried. "Why is it always about ego?" Her voice cracked mid-sentence, and for a second, even Aaron fell silent. This wasn't just a disagreement anymore. This was a woman watching her dream of a united family fall apart right before her eyes. The emotional damage was done, and there was no going back. The fallout from that night wasn't just felt in that room. Family and friends were horrified by what had taken place. No one expected the situation to get this bad. Teyana's aunt reportedly said, "This family is cracking under pressure," as she left the house early. A cousin who witnessed the fight started posting cryptic tweets, like, "Never again, that was sick," and "Blood don't always mean love." Iman left the house without saying a word to anyone, tears still in his eyes, refusing to respond to texts or calls. Aaron, for his part, reportedly stayed silent the entire ride home, looking out the window and not saying a single word. Friends close to Teyana say the dinner ruined what little progress had been made in months of family therapy and reconciliation. Her mother was so disappointed she reportedly blamed both men for dragging the family into further dysfunction. Conversations about therapy being restarted for everyone involved began the next morning. Even industry peers who heard about the dinner or saw the leaked clip expressed sadness and support. There was a general agreement across the board. This dinner wasn't just uncomfortable. It was an emotional disaster that may have permanently damaged their family bond. As if things weren't already bad enough, someone at that dinner recorded the argument and leaked it online. Within hours, it spread like wildfire. The audio captured Iman shouting, "Don't talk to me like I'm nothing," and Teyana's crying voice pleading, "You're hurting me both." The clip ripped through social media like a storm. Twitter exploded with hashtags like "Pray for Teyana" and "Hawk Family Dinner Disaster." Gossip blogs picked it up within minutes, posting emotional breakdowns and commentary. The Shade Room, Hollywood Unlocked, and even mainstream media sites began dissecting every second of the clip. Fans were outraged that such a private, vulnerable moment had been exposed without consent. Many started pointing fingers, accusing Aaron or someone from his circle of leaking it on purpose to gain public sympathy. Others argued that the leak only proved how deep the toxicity in the family had gotten. The betrayal of trust made the situation even worse. What was supposed to be an internal issue was now entertainment for millions. Everyone online wanted to know what Teyana would do next. And now, the pressure on her is bigger than ever. In the days following that explosive dinner, the tension among the three individuals involved has only grown more palpable. Communication between Iman and Aaron has come to a complete standstill. There have been no calls, no texts, not even the smallest acknowledgement of each other's presence or existence. The silence between them speaks volumes, underscoring just how deep the rift has become. Each has seemingly gone their own way, shutting down any possibility of reconciliation, at least for now. Caught in the middle of this emotional storm is Teyana, who, according to those close to her, has reached a breaking point. Emotionally drained and mentally exhausted, she has decided to distance herself from both men in an effort to protect her own well-being. This step back, while painful, seems to be a necessary move for her. Her team has confirmed that she's putting all of her focus into her children and has paused any public appearances for the foreseeable future. It's not just a temporary social media break. This is a full retreat from the spotlight, and it appears to be a carefully considered decision. Therapy, which had previously been a quiet part of Teyana's personal routine, has now taken a more prominent role in her healing process. According to insiders, she has restarted regular therapy sessions and is working through the emotional toll of everything that has transpired. It's also been reported that new legal boundaries could soon be implemented to help maintain peace between the involved parties. These could include restrictions on contact in shared spaces, designed to prevent further conflict and allow everyone the space to move forward independently. While Teyana focuses on her internal healing, Iman is allegedly contemplating a physical escape. Rumors suggest he's considering leaving the city for a while, perhaps to clear his mind or to simply get some distance from the emotional chaos that surrounded him. The idea of starting fresh somewhere else, even temporarily, seems to hold appeal. For someone whose life has been thrown into such disarray, a change of environment might offer a much-needed reprieve, even if it doesn't provide immediate answers or solutions. Aaron, on the other hand, has gone completely silent. His social media accounts have had no new updates, and he's avoided making any public statements or giving interviews. Sources indicate that this silence isn't accidental. It's the result of guidance from his PR team, who reportedly believe that staying quiet is the best strategy right now to avoid escalating the situation further. It's a calculated move, and whether it's coming from a place of guilt, regret, or self-preservation is unclear. Either way, his absence is being felt, especially by those who are used to his typically visible presence. Meanwhile, Teyana's decision to withdraw from upcoming public and professional commitments underscores just how deeply affected she is. Several planned engagements may be canceled altogether, as her focus shifts fully to healing, not just for herself, but for her family. Those who know her say she's trying to rebuild her sense of stability, even as the foundation around her seems irreparably shaken. The family dynamic has undeniably fractured. There's no gentle way to put it. The situation is bleak. Trust has been broken, and rebuilding it, if it's even possible, will require more than just time. It will take accountability, vulnerability, and a shared willingness to mend what's been damaged. For now, though, there's no sign of that happening anytime soon. Still, amid all the heartbreak, Tiana shows signs of quiet resilience. Despite feeling broken, she's not giving up. She may be hurting, but she's not letting that pain define her. Her journey ahead won't be easy, but there's a sense that she's determined to find peace, even if it means walking away from people she once cared deeply about. This dinner was supposed to be the beginning of something new, a fresh start, a hopeful chapter, a symbol that even broken families can find healing. But instead, it became the moment everything fell apart. Iman's rage, Aaron's smugness, and Teyana's pain all collided in a perfect storm of emotional destruction. No film crew could have captured it better. It felt like a scripted tragedy unfolding in real time. But the tears were real. The yelling was real. The heartbreak? That was as raw as it gets. What hurts more than the fight itself is knowing that it came from love. Love that turned into resentment, bitterness, and silence. Teyana tried to bring people together, and instead she watched them tear each other down. Now the world watches as she picks up the shattered pieces once again. Will Iman and Aaron ever reconcile? It's unlikely. But one thing is clear. Teyana is done being in the middle of a war that's breaking her spirit. She's choosing peace. And maybe, just maybe, this disaster was the first step toward finally finding it.